God knows what. I've seen people live in debts over the years. It's a vicious circle for a vast majority of some people who maybe have not planned their finances well. But then again, I ask myself, is it not planning your finances well, or is it a case of the finance not ever being enough? That no matter how much the experts and the motivational speakers talk about how you should set financial goals, invest. What else do they say? Financial goals, investment, save. You discover that by the end of the month, that money is not multiplying. In fact, it is decreasing. But then we live in a world that things go differently for different people, for the male gender and for the female gender. Now, I would like to crave your indulgence that this conversation is not intended to stir a gender war. However, if by the end of the day we're able to achieve one thing, and that is understanding exactly how money works in the hands of a man and in the hands of a woman, it sort of drives our planning, so much so that we don't hit a brick wall, either trying to impress or trying to show off or trying to maintain steeze and composure. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a man who has lived through different decades or several decades, has a lot of experiences, as a father, as a boss, as a human being that he is first of all, and as a man. I present to you the one, the only Ikwere man, China Acheru. Put your hands together like this. Oh yeah. Why are you doing that?
I'm putting my hands together.
It's not you. It's the listener.
Okay.
We are clapping for you.
Okay.
You are supposed to just be hearing the clap like this and just be nodding your head and shining teeth.
Next time.
How you doing?
For now, I'm okay.
It's actually no, it's not the first time. It's not the first time I'm having you. No, yeah, it's not the first time.
Have I done your show before?
Yeah.
What did we talk about? Remind me.
2018.
That's
Morning Crossfire.
6 years ago.
Myself and Kofi Vitals.
What did we talk about?
Your book.
Oh, it was you in the studio.
It was me. He didn't recognize me. You see?
It was you in the studio.
You were looking down on me.
You were a small child then.
I was black and broke.
You are a small
now
child.
I'm bleached.
Yes.
Established.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was me in the studio that day, and it was the first time I was seeing you. In fact, it was like a surprise that was sprung on us, but I maintained steeze.
You did.
I didn't want to feel like I've not seen celebrity before. I've not seen star before. I was just looking at you that day. You were just doing anyhow, talking about how you have gone and watch a match. Yeah, this stadium, that stadium, just showing yourself.
But I've gone to watch match in those stadiums.
Just feeling yourself. And so me, I've gone to talk here, talk there, visit here. Even though I don't have a book to my name. But that's not what we're here. How you doing? How do you feel?
For now, I'm fine.
Is the AC okay for you?
It's okay, very okay.
Very okay.
Yes,
the weather is calm.
Weather is calm, very calm.
How is your pocket?
The pocket is not pocketing well.
And why is it not pocketing well? I mean, it's just the 12th of July. I mean...
Yeah. You talked about you work hard for a living, coming for 3 hours to earn your daily 3K. At the end of the month, you hear the sound of the alerts. But you know that for me, and that's been for a long time now, payday is actually my worst day of the month.
Why? You're not happy? You're not celebrating?
Because that's the day you get money you don't have. You think you have it, but you don't have it.
You don't have it?
It's just because it comes in and goes out. Now you see it, then you don't. That's it.
So it's a mirage.
Yes, because I mean, in the Nigeria of today, there are a lot of things you have to do with money. Okay. Right? And if you're a planner, I can't say I'm the best planner, but I'm a good planner. But if you're a planner, you have, sorted everything out. So as it's coming, it's going on. You sort things out, right? You live comfortably, but you can't see liquid. But you sorted things out.
Sorted things out.
Now you see, then you don't.
Then you don't. Okay, so we're actually going to be talking navigating finances. And like I did tell the listener, it's not going to be a gender war or anything, but let's get perspective. Let's understand why it seems easier for some people to actually live through an entire month on a particular pay, still do a whole lot, and some other person that earns that same amount is unable to do that much. So while some people are complaining, there are those who, yeah, they feel it too, but you never hear them complain. In fact, when you hear some of the things they do, you're forced to ask, now this same work with me and this person they do, I be person don't go put hand for bad thing. Person don't they do yahoo or don't they do juju. So there was a tweet that gathered a lot of comments. I mean, these days when you go to social media, you are in for a whole lot. I don't think anybody subscribes their cable subscription as much as they subscribe data. Because you see, with data, anywhere you find yourself, you get premium entertainment thanks to X.
Very true. That's true.
Thanks to X, thanks to Instagram. But you see, X, that's a world of its own.
Fully agree.
I don't know how people survive that space.
It's, how do I put it? No dull moments.
I don't know.
And it looks like there's an editorial board for X.
I don't know who are they.
I have no idea. It's like they tell, okay, on Monday this will be the topic. On Tuesday this is the trending topic. So when you wake up in the morning, there's always something big that people are talking about that keeps you occupied for the whole day. Yeah. So amazing.
And you know the funny thing, people form opinions. People take decisions. I mean, I'm talking about lifetime decision based on something they read, something they saw. People get, I don't know, there's a mixture of emotions and sentiments somewhere down the line. Sometimes people take those conversations personally.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
So one man decided to do this. I'm going to read his tweet. You and babe go, they work for the same office. They collect 800K. First of all, please, I like to know that office where they are paying 800K. Please. I'm not hiding it. Tell me the office. I like to tender my application. Please, thanks. My managers don't hear this one, please. I'm working here.
I'll tell him.
No. I'm a committed, loyal staff member. But you see, there's the need to seek greener pastures. And it's not like I don't mean you well, but my career, my growth, my level has to change some way, somehow. So when we see, we shake hands and we wish each other well. That's what I mean. So there's a place where they pay people 800K. And the truth is there are places where they pay people far more than that. But let's go with the 800K narrative. You go here say, babe, they do ajo 1 million naira. For those of you that do not know ajo, I think here we call it akawo. Mm-hmm. Daily contribution.
Or monthly
contribution. Yeah. 1 million naira. She gets one small Camry and she dey stay for GRA. Then you're pressured to understand what's going on with your own finances. This is common in the education space too. Now female teachers, they fresh pass. Male teachers go they look like Marjorie. The math is never mathing. You get why? Many reasons, not limited to 1, a supportive husband or boyfriend. 2, they probably come from rich homes. 3, hookup. No kill yourself trying to make match with babes in your office. You are not the same. I read through comments like I said, and I know a lot of ladies had a problem with the hookup narrative. I didn't see many women talk about how they didn't have supportive husbands and boyfriends. But then again, I try to see things from the perspective of the writer. I'm married. All right. And it's a good thing that no matter what I earn here, there is that supportive husband back home that tends to augment. So I have been in situations where I have had to complain about money. And I have had people tell me, Denise, stop now. You self will get husband, you dey complain. No, they do that kind of thing. No, they do. I say, but it's everywhere. All right, so sometimes I am a bit empathic and will not want to overburden the said man who is being supportive. All right, you not go kill yourself, say you marry wife. It's not supposed to be like that. Have I seen women that would be able to do something but will still insist that the man of the house does it because na him be man? The answer is yes. Can they afford it? Yes. Can the man afford it? Yes. Would they rather the man affords it? The answer is still a big yes. As for children from rich homes, it depends. I have seen rich parents not give as much to their children as the world thinks. So why you saying that this person is a child of a billionaire and millionaire and every month is getting monthly upkeep of maybe 100,000, 200,000, 300,000? It may not be so. I have seen some parents say, because I have made this money, it doesn't necessarily mean that I will be giving it to you as expected. You have to learn money management. You have to learn to stand on your own in case I am not around to give it to you, in case anything goes wrong. Then there is hookup. That narrative, like I said, is what a lot of people have problems with. But like I said, you're a man who has lived through different decades and you've occupied different positions. So maybe you can help us better understand how money works in the hands of a man. And by the way, the conversation is up on X at Nigeria Info page is our X handle. And our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. If you prefer YouTube, Nigeria Info PH is our YouTube channel. Have you ever tried to understand the math between a man's finance and a woman's finance? Drop your comments in the comment section. Over to you.
First things first, right? I think he missed one thing out. Now, I don't understand why women are tearing their hairs over the hookup part. He didn't say all of them are hookup queens. So, if you're not a hookup person, then you claim the one that you get. Maybe rich parents, maybe supportive husband or boyfriend. So, you don't have to tear your hair over the hookup. I think he missed one. Maybe the woman is just enterprising. And has a side business.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
So it's possible your office colleague has rich parents. Very possible. It's possible that she has a supportive husband or boyfriend. Very possible that she's into hookup or escort services. Then she could be doing some other side business. So it could be any of them.
It could be all of them.
Well, you won't have that energy. Well, there's no energy for rich parents or supportive boyfriend. It could be all of them. Yes.
It could be all of them.
Yes, it could be all of them. It could be all of them. So I don't think, just claim yours. So I don't know about others, though, but for me, my husband supports me. Or for me, I run a side business. So just claim yours. So what was I supposed to answer again? How money works for men?
Yeah.
Now listen, right? There are two ways to this, right? A man is either carrying too many responsibilities, or that man is careless with finances. He's a spendthrift. Or again, life just hit him hard. Now, why do I talk about too many responsibilities? Men seem to have a lot on their shoulders. And look, when I say this, I'm not saying every man. The same way cannot be every woman. There are women who support their families. So, just to get that clear. So, men seem to have many responsibilities. I mean, when you come from a polygamous home, for example, people come to you. When family see you as the most established, black tax, they're taxing you every day. And men feel it's something they have to do. Then again, there are the men who are just careless with their funds. I must do TGIF every Friday. I'm going out with my boys to drink. Dorime and all. So it's neither here nor there. But basically, I think that women, most of the time, have an easier pass than men. Well, let me say a lot of the time.
Okay.
Have an easier pass than men. A lot of the times.
Would you gladly expatiate on that?
Yes. Whoever wrote the tweet gave some pointers. He talks about having a supportive husband or boyfriend.
Keyword is supportive.
Supportive, yes, that's
some,
keyword.
Some men they give shishi.
Keyword supportive, yeah. Now, let's face it. More often than not, I mean, if there are 10 marriages, I can't say I have the right figures, but in more of the times, a man will get married to a woman with
Okay.
A few times you have richer women marry, but it's more of the men going down economically to get married. It's more of that, right? So you have more women having richer husbands than men having richer wives. It's more on the men's side. So that's why I said women have a kind of easier pass. So when you have a supportive husband, you're good. Like I said, I go to schools. You see the male teachers, they look like, but you see the female teachers.
They're always selling one thing.
Yes.
They're either selling jewelry or they are selling shoes.
So I think it's just life. But one thing we need to understand, right? How do they say? Okay.
We need to go on a commercial break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stay tuned to us. Between the male and the female gender. Now, before we went on the commercial break, the Korean man was trying to explain to us what he meant by women having an easier pass.
Easier pass, yes.
Easier pass, sorry. Go ahead.
And I think, no, in the average home, there are always exceptions to the rule. It's expected that the man pays the house rent.
Okay.
It's expected. It's expected that the man pays the school fees. In cases women will do it, but it's expected in most of the homes. So that's the easier pass I'm talking about. So they could earn the same salary. A woman can put all of her money in Acheru, knowing that the husband will provide for the home. She can afford to do that. I think the women have an easier pass most of the time. Okay.
Now let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
In cases where there is no supportive husband, you mentioned enterprise. Is it to say that men are not as enterprising as women? Because if we want to start asking the question of who are better managers of money, who would most likely invest? Who would most likely see a money-making venture and jump into it without thinking about the risk and all of that between the men and the women? Now, the argument will suffice. This argument, that is, that maybe because the women don't have much doing with their money, they have more than a lot to spare for ventures and investments and all that. Whereas the men have their monies channeled to different expenditure and different needs that may arise. But what is stopping the man from actually setting aside a particular amount of money to multiply? Because there is the making money part and there is the multiplication part. And the multiplication, of course, will bring in more money. And everybody wants to live a good life. I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to afford anything I want. However, it may not come from just earning a living. It may not also come from just having a business. So what say you?
You see, being enterprising and being prudent with finances, I don't even think it's a gender thing.
Okay.
There are women that can actually protect your finances. I mean, there are men that will say, look, once my wife holds this money, I'm safe. There are also women that you don't want to see them hear your money.
They shouldn't hear there is money.
So it's not a gender thing. Same as the men, right? But are men not enterprising? Yes, they are, right? But you see, I'm talking about average now. Looking at averages between the average man and woman, right? A woman can throw everything into whatever business she's doing, knowing that there's a backup plan. Her husband, her boyfriend, her father, her elder brother, her uncle.
Okay.
So a woman can actually throw everything, risk everything. If it succeeds, yes. If there's a failure, she has backup plan. But you see, the thing about men are meticulous. You have to be careful. A woman can, even in this small office, decide to sell oranges. She doesn't care. She gets the least profit from it. Men will not sell oranges. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The man wants to look for a befitting thing to do, so to say.
Like perfumes.
It's
and packet shirts.
Yes, and point is that for whatever profit a man makes, there are people around him waiting to grab. Not saying women don't support. Women do, but a lot of times it's more on the men's side. So that's why I said women have an easier pass. You don't look convinced by my arguments.
I'm a woman.
I understand.
And I have been a breadwinner until I say...
There are lots of you like that.
No.
There are lots of you like that.
And I discovered in those days when I would have my younger ones call me, I couldn't figure out what I really did with myself.
Are you the first daughter?
Yes.
It comes with territory.
Yes, I am.
The first daughter in Africa is almost like a man. We must accept that.
I don't know, but...
The first daughter in Africa is a man. So I asked, are you the first daughter?
I'm the first child, first daughter, first everything.
It was easy to be the first child. So it's easy. You're a man. So everyone looks up to you. So in this regard, I don't count you as a woman.
Wonderful. There's been a gender reassignment on the sunny side. Okay.
Look, when you're the first child, right? Even the first son who is younger than you, right? He still looks up to you as big sister.
Yes.
As big sister. So it's quite different. So you grew up managing the home. I mean, you are like the second father or the second mother in the home. So yours is totally different. So Dennis, pleased to meet you. You're a man.
They've renamed me. And you are sitting there watching this injustice meted on me.
But it's actually a good thing.
You see, let me be honest. Let me be completely honest with you. For a very long time, I felt the pressure. I wore those shoes, and I started asking myself, where I go call? I mean, I needed to get my phone, go through the call log, and find somebody that can literally say, how far? Urgent 2K. Please.
But you are the urgent 2K giver.
I'm the urgent 2K.
And you see, that's why I said it's not hard. It's not the hard factor. It's not gender based. There are women that actually do these things. I've met women who actually pay their parents' house rent. I've met women that do, in Port Harcourt who actually do so. Women do these things, but look at average. I think it's more on the men's side.
But I would say from experience, like I said, you're sharing from experience. Yeah. I'm sure. I would say from experience that in the midst of all of that, at the point where I came to some level of self-awareness, I discovered if I continue to go that path, there will be nothing. So I developed a strategy to still be able to cater for my needs and all that. And I achieved quite a lot after that period of realization. So this is me thinking and being vocal about my thoughts. If in the midst of doing all of this, I could still do all of this, why does it seem hard for some men to shoulder some of these responsibilities and still have something to fall back on?
I think men need to understand something, right? Men need to understand that there's no one that comes to you crying out for a need that will die
if you don't do anything.
If you don't do anything. People will eventually get help. We know there are critical situations. But let's say it didn't exist. That need to have been met. So men need to decide to take a hard stance and do more planning. Okay, let's say the guy earns 800,000 naira a month. Because let's say because he's a philanthropist, he says out of my 800, 200 is to help people. For example, once you hit the limit, you're done for the month.
Right.
So they need to take a stand. I'm talking about both men and women. Because listen, a woman can give out all her salary. I'm in no way demeaning women. A woman can give out all her salary, but she has lots of fallback plans. Like I said, elder brother, uncle, father, husband, boyfriend. Yes, the one I whispered of hookup. It's a thing.
Somebody still heard it.
Yes,
it's a thing.
The one I whispered hookup. It's a thing.
It's a thing, but yes. I'm also thinking sustainability.
For hookupping?
Yes, because I have seen people who work, earn a good amount of money. Their take-home package is good. But then again, I see that never enough attitude. They still will engage in hookup.
Yeah, it depends. Some go into business and hook up now to business. Some go into business because they need to make ends meet. They don't have enough. Some go into it for exuberance. Look, I want to be like the Joneses. I need to buy that hair, which I don't really need. It's not oxygen. But because Ada is wearing the hair, why can't who is she? Why can't so some people because they're excesses. So yes, there's never enough thing with humans. There's never enough thing. Men are like that. I know a fellow who is crazy about cars. He can do anything for cars. Before I got married, I was a phone freak. I could change my phone like every other month. Then the right school fees hit me. And I knew I could use a phone for 4-5 years. It hit me. So sometimes
can't buy phone
to check excesses. So sometimes this hookupping, other businesses, it could actually be because you can't afford life.
Can't afford life.
Yes.
Now, let me ask this question. Some people have done a market survey, and that market survey comes up as a justification for why men spend the way they do. The cost of living for an average man and an average woman, especially when you're someone who is crazy.
Is it a married man or a single man?
It depends.
Okay.
Especially if you're someone who is crazy about quality. So you see, there is the okay shirt at my one, that when you buy it, you stash it, you wash it, you clean it up. I mean, nobody knows that this shirt was gotten from. That it still has label, Marks and Spencer and the rest of them. And there is that boutique, probably somewhere at GRA, that you walk into, and there is that package shirt for 30K. Guess what? They say some men will rather go for the 30K shirt. I don't know it's 30K. I'm sure you don't know it's 30K. I don't care if it's 30K. But then again, it's that feel, that shirt why they wear, watch why I wear, shoe why I wear, jeans why I wear. Now, before it never used to be a thing for my gender, before the old arrival of hair, Brazilian, Cambodian and the rest, we were doing okay with our darling Yankee flip. We were doing okay with just going to the salon, having our hair washed and set. You know, rollers. They roll the hair, comb it nicely, and we're good to go. We could literally go and do bend down select. And proudly tell you it's bend down select. I can't say for everybody, but some people would openly say, your shirt's fine. This shirt? I just say, pass the woman say 200. That's why I take cut. I don't know, say, before you know it, they started explaining. Nobody asked them. Of course, there are ladies who are out for quality. It's quality or nothing. I've heard of ladies who buy handbags for.
When a man decides to dress, right? I think it's just because he wants to look good, and maybe to attract women. If it attracts women, I don't know. You will know if it does, because a woman will notice good shirt on a man. Okay. A woman will notice good perfume on a man. Now, when a woman dresses, it's not for the man; it's for her colleagues. Yes, listen. If you bring Brazilian, Peruvian, Cambodian, Nicaraguan hair. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what it's about. Now, when men are in a room with women, if a fellow woman walks in, a man will just turn around. This girl looks good in his mind. That's all. A woman will turn. She knows how much the body hurts. She knows how much the bag costs. She knows how much the shoes cost. And she dressed that way for her fellow women, who will now gauge her and say, this one, they buy things.
Wahala.
But a man just wants you to look good. So you say, this girl is cool. He sees a fine hat, fine shoe, fine bag, and that's all for him. So I think that women are competing with themselves. Because, see a man,
and they're not the one funding the competitiveness.
They are not the one funding it. A lot of times.
They're not the ones funding it.
So, yes, so a man, listen, for those of us that go to church, I don't know about you. Apostle Paul, he talks about, I know how to abase and how to abound. When you have the money and you want to spend it, spend. When it's not there, you go into what is called survival mode. So if I think I want to wear 30k shirts and I have the money, I'll buy 30k shirts. When I don't have the money,
they say your things are more expensive than females.
When I don't have the money, I'll go and buy what I can afford. I'll wear it with all pride. But you see women, right? Yeah, women also. I've seen women. I mean, women can buy things anywhere. We have no idea what they're buying. We just see them dressed good. But your fellow women have an idea what you're wearing.
I think I agree with you.
Okay, finally, we are on the
yeah. I was having a conversation with my sister-in-law, and she told me that a customer walked to her shop and wore a dress. She knows the dress brand, but she rated this customer that she couldn't have bought it brand new.
You see the problem?
Because she knows how much that shirt is, that gown rather is
problem?
Brand new.
See, if I was
the only way she could have known she could have gotten that gown is if she had seen it in OK.
You see the problem? If I was there, I would just say, this red dress is fine, no. But you see where that's it. You see the problem.
No. By the time she sized the girl, she said, "This girl nobody is brand new." Now okay. And I'm like, okay, so what is wrong with OK? Because from OK, you can actually get the original of something. So yes, if it makes them feel good to buy a branded stuff at OK price, then let them have it. She said, but now they go come they look. I said, now you they look. If not be you talk this talk, I want take. Funny enough, there's this mind thing. I picked my phone and I googled the dress, and I saw the original worth of the dress. And I'm sure some nosy people will say, this your dress is fine. How much did you get it? Maybe she's not one who wants to give in to pressure. Oh, I got it from one lady's thrift store like that for $5. And it's nice. It was a nice dress. At this time, I'm going to open the phone line. I see some of your messages on Wisdom. Stanley says, truth. Truth to what exactly? WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. And the call line is 0817 923 0002. Once again, 0817 923-0002 on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on X at Nigeria Info PH. They're coming for you, China. The assumption your guest is making about all women must have a fallback plan is false.
Did you say all women?
Yeah, that's what's the message.
I never said all women.
You said some women.
Yes, I never said all women.
Moving on, and that's why some women can't settle down. Some are too masculine in their thinking and energy. Some are too harassed by responsibilities and expectations to even entertain the thought of a romantic relationship. Some look a lot older than their calendar age. All these factors turn many men off. Many straight men don't want to be with a woman who is emitting masculine energy. Some men will stop chasing a woman if they see she's not giving them attention, or she has so many responsibilities, and a fair number of guys don't want to be with a woman who looks like she's lying about her age because her features have been ravaged by stress or suffering. Anonymous, send that in.
I agree. Yeah, I do agree.
Alright, this one says, China Acheru, God bless you. You're telling the truth. Because women compete a lot with themselves. They always want to outshine one another. Clinton, Mr. Fresh in Port Harcourt. Good afternoon, Didi. It's never easy to be a man in Nigeria, especially in Africa. If a woman is broke in a day and goes through her contacts, she will definitely find one contact that will solve her needs. But for a man, he had. For a man, expenditure never ends. If you get married, it becomes double. Even to get a woman you want, you must spend. If you want her forever, you pay more. Now, this life we find ourselves. Okay, Chuku Michael from Rumibo. Why men need agree help men?
It depends on the men in your circle.
Men in your circle?
Yes. The friends that have help, okay. If I go for help, I hardly go for help. And when they come to me for help, if I can, I help them.
Yeah, but because the narrative is like you said, women have an easy pass. So men will most likely help women, but not their fellow men.
A lot of men that help women have something in mind. A lot of, I didn't say all. A lot of men have something in mind.
Okay. Being a man is hard. Being a Nigerian man,
it's harder.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with China. Women don't dress well for men, but for competition with themselves. NS from Wodi. Even though.
The thing is, right? They actually think they're dressing for the men.
But that's what they say.
Yes, no.
He has to see me.
No, that's what they think. They're dressing for us in their mind.
Yeah.
We're not seeing it. We just see a pretty woman.
Why would you go through all that effort and
we
you
just
see
we see a pretty woman. Oh, you look smashing today. That's all we see. But the fellow woman knows the cost of the dress and where you bought the dress. Knows the kind of wig you're wearing and how much it costs. We don't know these things.
But I know some men that know these things. So
there are always exceptions to the rule.
They even go and buy for the women.
There are always the exceptions to the rule.
So I bought this hair.
When I went to Brazil in 2014, I said, "Make I go buy hair." When I went to the hair depot,
Who sent you?
I saw every kind of hair possible. Bolivian, Peruvian, Brazilian. I went back confused. I had no idea what I was in that place. You
didn't go with a lady.
The so-called Brazilian hair. Now I've gone to the Brazil itself, to the depot,
and you were seeing all types.
And the funny thing now, Brazilian women, we are buying Bolivian and Peruvian hair,
not
because they own the hair that we are buying in Nigeria.
Wahala! Let's take this call. Nigerian Phil, good afternoon to you and welcome. Can you hear me? Oh, please, you have to call back. Your network is not networking. Nigerian Phil, good afternoon to you. Oh dear. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809-030-6416. I always love listening to Mr. China. As a man, you will chop stone, especially if you come from a poor home. But for a woman, once you get a good and rich husband, your life has changed. Right now from Woji. Must the man be rich?
If you come from a poor home, just work hard.
Work hard.
Just work hard. See, when you come from a rich home, you know you have a fallback plan regardless. Because your parents will want to see you suffer. So you have a fallback plan. When you come from a poor home, just work hard.
Just work hard. All right. Lawrence Friday on Facebook says, for me, both can be better managers because some men can't manage finance, while some women. I think managing of a thing can be referred to as an attitude because if one doesn't have that attitude for managing finance, it will be very impossible to manage finance no matter how he or she tries. Okay. Hold on a second. This one reads, this is the kind of man I wish to be a friend with. I really don't know the value or worth of what women wear or put on. I can only say it's fine or beautiful. And that's why anytime I went to a boutique to buy something for my wife, I will end up spending 20k on the same stuff she will actually buy for 10k by herself in the same shop. Hashtag ladies, stop competing and impressing yourselves. Michael Newmont send that in. Nigerian for good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Rohan.
Welcome.
Thank you. I like that conversation this one. You cannot quantify the help women get with that of man. Man is just like a lonely voice. Man is just like a lonely voice in the wilderness. So he suffers for himself. While women has a lot of things to support her. Actually, That is how they are made naturally. Because only the appearance can fetch them help. No matter how ugly that woman is, there must be somebody, a man, that will appreciate her. But a woman cannot appreciate her fellow woman. Just as you were conversating with that Maria that man doesn't help their fellow men. But he said that in some cases that his preference did. So a woman has a lot of advantages in this world than man. Yes.
Okay.
Going by the way nature has made it, a woman ordinarily can just decide to travel from, let me say, Igrita to Maitre without spending one kobo. Even though the man doesn't even know her. Lady, come in. Don't worry. Even though it's 1500 difference, don't worry. Take your money back, I will pay for you.
Don't worry.
She will continue going from one end to the other.
And I'll be paying fair for her.
Without spending one kobo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can hear you.
So they have that natural support from the environment. If it will be possible, the vehicle they enter, if the vehicle were to be a human being, the vehicle may even carry them free.
Okay, that's enough.
So
that's enough. That's enough. All right, finally, Mr. China, when they say a man is broke, or when a man says he's broke, best believe that the man is broke, actually. But when a woman says she's broke, maybe the money for spending is not there. But there is always some. Is it true?
Actually told me she was broke yesterday. And I said, is you're broke? Is it one? Food don't finish for house. Is it two? There's this wig I want to buy, but I can't afford it. Which is this broke talking about? So broke depends on the person.
Depends on the person.
On the person, yes. Right. Yes. Because your broke and my broke are quite different.
Wait, hold on. You men never believe that a woman is broke. Even when she shows you her account balance, you say there is another one.
A woman can show me her account balance that there's nothing inside. I will say, where your OP? Then again, if a woman sends a text message to 20 guys she knows, she may not have anything with them. Just people she knows. I'm not saying she's dating or...
Nothing.
Yeah, say, I'm broke, can you help? I'm so sure out of that 20, the least 4 will say, pay Staza. And they will send.
Wow.
Yes. If a man sends that kind of message to 20 of his guys, they will think he's joking. Yes, most times.
Are you serious?
Yes, a lot of times. Oh, but wait till this one now. They will think he's joking most times.
Why have I been seeing things differently?
You're a man already. I told you that. You're a man already. You're the first daughter.
Oh my God.
You take care of your siblings. But I'm not joking about it.
Really?
Yes. Really, I'm not joking about it. Text message. If a man meets his fellow man, I say, oh boy, you don't write for me. Now, talking face to face is different. But that a man will send text message to 10 to 20 friends, they'll think he's joking. They might even insult him. Keep quiet. They might even insult him. That playful insult, that kind of thing. They will not take him seriously. No jokes.
Wow. Women. You really have
women have an easy pass. Have an easier pass than men.
You really have a lot. I don't know why I didn't get this information early in life.
You came in first. You shouldn't have. You came out first.
I shouldn't have, Abby. Yes. Is there a next life, an afterlife?
I have no idea.
I really want to feel what the younger ones feel. They take your clothes, they take your handbag. They see something on you they like. Sis now. I want to do that thing to somebody. Anybody at all. Please, I'm up for adoption in any family.
Too late, you're married.
Excuse, so they don't adopt married people?
Too late, you're married.
They don't adopt married people?
Too late.
I'm in need of, I'm fatherless. I don't, but I'm fatherless. I don't have a father. Help me, adopt me. I don't want to be firstborn, please. Thirdborn or lastborn, preferably. I need to enjoy some benefits. I feel like I've missed out on a lot in life. And it's never too late to retrace my steps. Public service announcement. Thank you so much, Aquarium China Acheru, for doing this with me today.
The pleasure is mine.
I look forward to more conversations like this with you. Or some more Gbazbo's conversations.
Just invite me, I'll come.
All right.
That's my friend sent me a text about money. I called him and said, oh boy, you serious? I called him and said, oh boy, you serious?
Are you serious? All right, follow us us on X at Nigeria Info page, Facebook page, Nigeria Info 92.3 page on Instagram, on X and Instagram, _Denise_Dennis. Follow my Facebook page. But do enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe out there. Adios.